I'm Jacob, and today I'm going to show you how to calculate how much alcohol you have in your drink. I've just made this tequila. I've just made this margarita. The video of that is actually going to go up after this one. So if you're interested in learning how to make a margarita and you don't already know how to do that, stay tuned. Now, before I give you the actual formula for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about where the term proof came from, because that is oftentimes used to describe how much alcohol there is in a particular spirit. For instance, I have triple sec here, and it is 30% alcohol by volume, or 60 proof. Now that seems like an odd term to use, 60 proof. That's just double the alcohol by volume. Where did that come from? I'll tell you where it came from. In the 18th century, British sailors received a ration of rum, a daily ration of rum, as part of their wages. This was so that they would be drunk and not mutinying over the terrible living conditions that they put up with and the horrible treatment that they received. So, the thing is, they had to receive a guarantee of how strong this rum was, how much alcohol was in this rum that they were being given. And the way that this was demonstrated to them was that they would literally take the rum and douse some gunpowder with it, soak it up just really good, put it in a pile, and light it on fire. And if it burned, then they had 100 degrees of proof. That was the actual phrase, 100 degrees of proof of how alcoholic the rum was. And alcohol, or rather gunpowder, will not burn if it is soaked with alcohol that is less than about 57.15% alcohol by volume. I honestly have no idea how they figured that out. That does not, I don't see, somebody had to have experimented with it, like deliberately. I don't see how that just accidentally comes about. But whatever. So, if the gunpowder if the gunpowder caught on fire and it burned, then you had your 100 degrees of proof that your rum was indeed very alcoholic and it would get you drunk. Now, that was back then, but the term still stuck around for a while, and it stuck around long enough to come to the United States when we gained independence. And so now we have the same sort of phrase, proof. We just say it's 60 proof. We don't say it has 60 degrees of proof. But the thing is, this is America. We're all about decimalization of our currency and everything. We didn't want to have to play around with all those fiddly little decimals and fractions and stuff. So we just said, you know, it's like 4/7 is like 0.5714, which is close to 57.15%. So, you know, 57, that's like really close to 50%. So we'll just say 50%. So we'll just say that proof is twice what the alcohol by volume is, because that's how we roll here in the States. Now, currently, nobody actually uses that. Britain and all of Europe have the standard of alcohol measurement through alcohol by volume. And when this measurement is taken, it's required to be taken at 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's because the specific gravity, which is how you measure the alcoholic content of a drink, specific gravity can change with the temperature. So they say at 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, in order to maintain consistency with their measurements. Now, in the United States, we also use alcohol by volume. We apparently don't care what temperature it's measured at, whatever. And, in fact, it is specifically allowed to be off by 0.15%. And that is for drinks that do not have any solid things in them. Like, for instance, you know, the tequila. You get the tequila that's got the worm in it or whatever. That would be different. Now, I don't know if it's more specific or if it's less specific. You know, Can you be off by more? Can you be off by less with something that has a thing actually in it? But it is different. I wasn't able to find that out. Now, some countries have what is called a standard drink, and it varies from country to country. But for instance, in Australia, a standard drink contains 10 grams of alcohol, pure ethanol. And that is about the amount, roughly, that your average adult male can metabolize in 1 hour. And apparently, this was put in place to help people keep track of how much they were drinking, and, you know, are you going to be getting drunk if you drink this, that sort of thing. Honestly, that's kind of the point, if you're drinking, is to get drunk, so I don't know. They're foreign people. I don't know how they work. And for those of you who are wondering, I did say adult male. Women do, in fact, not metabolize alcohol as fast as men. Something to do with their liver. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you. But it has been tested and it has been demonstrated that women do not metabolize alcohol as quickly as men do. Which is unfortunate, but science can be harsh sometimes. So, how do you find the alcoholic content, the proof, the alcohol by volume content of your drink? First of all, you have to know what's in your drink. In this drink, I have some triple sec, some tequila, some lime juice, and just a splash of simple syrup. Now, first you have to find out what the alcoholic content of the liquors in your drink are. Tequila, this one happens to be 40%, and my triple sec is, I believe, 30%. Now, I put 1.5 ounces of tequila in, so you're going to have to measure your ounces. I had 1 ounce of 40 proof tequila, and then I had 1/2 ounce of 40 proof tequila. But I can't say 1/2 ounce of 40. What you do is, if you had 1/2 ounce of 40 proof, then you cut that in half and you call it was 1 ounce of 20 proof. So I've got 2 ounces so far. We add them together, 40 and 20, and we get 60. You do the same thing with your triple sec or whatever else you got in there. 30%, 1 ounce. So that's 30. I'm going to take my 40 plus my 20 is 50 plus 30, and I'm going to come up with 90. So I have 0.9 ounces of pure ethanol in my drink. Whoa. That's roughly equivalent to 2.25 shots of 80 proof vodka, which is fairly standard. Vodka is generally around 40%, 80 proof. So that's how you find out the actual amount of alcohol that you have in your drink. Now, the content, the volume, the proof of your drink, how do you determine that? That involves a little bit more math. You have to do what I just did with this to find out how much alcohol is in it, and then you have to find out the actual volume of liquid in your drink. So, 1.5 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of triple sec, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, or lime juice rather. That comes up to 3 ounces, but we're not done. I also put in a splash of simple syrup, and when I was shaking it in my shaker, the ice melted into the drink. Not all of it, but some. I've experimented with this, and I find it does about 1/2 ounce of melting per ounce of 40% alcohol. So you kind of have to do a hip pocket calculation on that, come up with about 1/2 ounce per ounce of alcohol. Keep that in mind, per ounce of alcohol. Alcohol melts ice much faster than non-alcoholic liquids such as water or lime juice. So 1.5 ounces, 2.5 ounces, call it 1.25 ounces of water. So I've got 3 ounces, 1.25 ounces plus a dash, which generally comes out to about 1/4 ounce. So 3, 4.5 ounces. You're going to take your 4.5 ounces and I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You're going to take your 0.9 ounces of alcohol and divide that by the total volume of your drink. So we're going to divide 0.9 by 3.5. And we're going to come up with some number. I should have worked this out in advance. 3.5, so knock everything back, decimal place. That's going to be something very much in the realm of so it'll be 3. Carry a number somewhere. I want to say it'll be about 35 proof. That is wrong. It'll be about 35% alcohol, which doesn't sound quite right. On the other hand, there was more tequila in there than anything else. Did I do my math right? 1.5, 1, 2.5, plus a half is 3, plus an ounce and a half, or an ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half, so 4.5. I knew my math was wrong there. So by 4, so that comes out to some number I'm having difficulty with. Comes out to about 20% out. There we go, 20% alcohol by volume. I generally just like to figure out how much alcohol I'm drinking. I'm not too much worried about the proof. You taste it, and if it tastes too alcohol-y, you throw some more stuff in it. You know, that's what this show here is all about. Science, and science is all about experimentation. So experiment. So yeah, that is how you determine how much alcohol is in your drink. Calculate your total amount of alcohol first, and then take that and divide it by the total volume of the drink. And there are your numbers. So, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next time until I can come up with a different catchphrase. I actually mentioned this when I was making the margarita, but you haven't seen that yet. And I realized when I say I'm teaching you how to drink with science, it sounds very much like I'm ripping off Derek Schomer's line, which is teaching you how to drink. So until I come up with another one, it'll be bye.